In fact, do you know where the phrase, if I were you, I wouldn't give my hope up, comes from? It's a self-preservation thing. Well, I just hate to see you get hurt and get your heart broken. I'd hate to see you get your expectations up and then you get so failed. You hear where it comes from? It's a self-preservation. It's protecting yourself, the part that's supposed to be dead. So if it ain't dead, we're just trying to make sure it's dead before I'm done. We glory in our tribulation. Isn't that amazing? It's progressive. Peace with God, access into grace, and not only that. Paul's excited. He said, and not only that, guys. Can you see him? He's like a little kid. He understands what he's writing. He says, and not only that, we glory when everything looks like it's falling apart. Because we know it ain't about us. We have a greater revelation, and it's about time for God to manifest in the middle of this thing and show himself strong and reveal himself through me. Woo! And I'm going to persevere and hold on because my character is real. It's forming in Christ. It's for real. It ain't no joke. I ain't budging. I ain't afraid. I ain't giving up. I ain't quitting. And I ain't calling nobody for prayer. Can you pray for me? Everything's all going crazy. Everything's falling apart, please. And then we think it's Christian compassion. Oh, Father, would you? Well, wait a minute. What'd you say's happening? Well, listen, why are you falling apart? I mean, I hear what you said, but why are you falling apart? How have you changed? How's truth changed? Why don't you stand in the face of the manifest Christ? Don't you see what's happening? You're selling cheap. You ain't even for sale. What are you doing? That's how I'm your friend. Like, that's how I pastor. My conversations are short. I preach long, but my counsel's short. You call me, you better be sure you want something answered. I ain't gonna cry on my shoulder. If it's really something serious and I wish it didn't happen and I wish people wouldn't act the way they do and do the things they do and it's sad, I'll cry with you maybe. I might say, oh man, listen. Oh, and I'll cry more at the fact that this stuff just happens. That people make the choices they make and hurt each other like they do. But I might give you 20 seconds. This ain't a joke. If you get 20 seconds of tears out of me, they'll be sincere, but that's a long time for me to cry for you. Because that's just all the longer I'm going to keep you there. And if I'm not careful, you'll think I'm crying with you. You think I just understand your pain and oh, he's so compassionate. He just held me and cried and cried and cried. No, I'm going to let you know I understand and wish this didn't happen. But in about 20 seconds, I'm going to wonder why you're so broken over this. Why are you reacting like this? Come on, how has this changed who Christ is in you? And you're letting this affect your response in Christ. You're becoming a hurt person. You're becoming a bewildered person. You're becoming an afraid person. You're becoming an offended person. You're becoming an in shock person and can't believe they and ooh and ah. No. It's time to stand and manifest Jesus.
Justified by that.
Do you know how strong I counsel? People don't always agree with this. But I think it's loving people. Somebody's spouse will do something off the wall and crazy. They'll call me, they can't even breathe. They're crying and trying to talk, they can't even breathe. They just found out their spouse is doing something, you got me?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, I can't. And I'll let them cry and I'll try to calm them and I'll pray over and ask for peace, whether it's the man or the woman. I've had it on both ends. And then I'll say, listen, what they did is a shame and it hurts me for them. Can you imagine? I'll try to get them to think of them, the spouse. Can you imagine what must be going through their soul for them to be in that position? How lost, how empty, how confused they must be right now. But here's where I'm concerned right now. You called me. You can't even breathe. You're crying so hard. And I'm concerned that you're only crying for yourself. And that they did this to you. No. They're doing this to themselves, to the kingdom, to the call of God. And you're a lot bigger on the inside in Jesus than the mistake they made. Don't you wear their mistake. Don't you become insecure, unappreciated, not enough. Don't you let one man, one woman's mistake become your demise and get insecure. And don't you believe for a second that you're hurt and offended and lonely.